Now we can finally reveal this historic property in Brisbane.
Today we are in Kangaroo Point in inner city Brisbane, and the property I'm about to show you is no ordinary property. This house plays a very special part in Queensland's history.
I'm meeting with Mary from Fraser's Property Australia, who are the team behind this loving restoration. First up, Mary takes me into the central court area of the main building, where the scale and beauty leaves me a little speechless, to tell the truth.
Oh, wow. Wow. What an entrance. It's incredible.
It certainly is. So, welcome to Yungaba House.
Yes.
We are currently standing in what we call the central court. So, this has had an amazing presence in the life of Yungaba House, history gone by. Yungaba House was built in 1887 and its sole purpose at the time was as an immigration home. It was shortly after Queensland had formed its own state that the decision was made to build this beautiful, grand gesture to welcome people from all over the world.
If these walls could talk, built over 130 years ago, this property welcomed thousands of migrants to Australia, and this land and house was the first port of call after their long journey across the seas.
So people would arrive by larger boats on the Brisbane River, just out front of Yungaba House, and then they'd be put on smaller tugboats that would bring them to land. And there's a beautiful cafe just as part of our estate here where all the bags would be stored and people would come to this area, which was the administration side of things.
Throughout the years, the property served a number of different purposes, from a military hospital in the 1900s to a project office for John Bradfield and the team behind the design and construction of the Story Bridge in the 1930s, and more recently as a multicultural centre celebrating Brisbane's diverse history. I even did work experience here in about 2002 when it was the Multicultural Centre. Like I said, if these walls could talk. But this long passage of use and time had left the house and the land in disrepair. Yungaba was heritage listed in 1992, which made sure that one day, if a renovation was to take place, the heritage features of the original house would have to be honoured.
So this property was designed in the late 1800s and constructed in the late 1800s. It's an Italian nut style of architecture, which I guess is drawn on, you know, some of the European and Italian influences, but with a Queensland twist. So we've got wide, deep balconies and verandas. And I guess it's been working within that envelope and converting that original, very grand home into 10 luxury residences has been, you know, part of our journey in restoring this property.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. What a space.
It's a beautiful view, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
It's amazing. So this is what we call our showpiece residence, and at this particular point we're right in the middle of Yungaba House. So you would have noticed as we walked through the door, we've just walked on the original timber, back from 130 years ago, and the original balustrades as well. So that's the Queensland cedar. And if you look at the windows here in front of you, that's also the original cedar as well.
And that, I mean, all that original cedar, all the trims and the skirting boards, they are what makes this space really unique.
There's a lot of work that's gone into it. The construction process involved taking off the tin roof to start with and replacing all of the roof sheeting, and then really working our way down through the building. We had a construction team from Tasmania who specialised in sash windows, who moved up here for 8 weeks, and we removed all 135 sash windows, restored them, replaced them, installed new lead weights, which is a real treat and kind of privilege to be involved in a restoration process that's involved so many hands-on trades and building techniques that, you know, date back centuries.
And I guess the challenge in creating a space like this, suitable for the modern buyer, is really about finding the balance between those modern living conditions and those modern luxuries, but still maintaining the heritage of the home.
Absolutely. Yeah, people, especially in this particular price bracket, this is a high-end home, and there's certainly a lot of demands and a lot of criteria that people have for their homes. So we really needed to step that up so that people could appreciate and live with the older style, but then you've got all that modern amenity. You know, we're so used to having everything at our fingertips. The home itself, we have the C-bus installation, so you can connect your music, your TV, your air conditioning, it's all there.
I actually think you've done a really amazing job of making sure those modern luxuries are there and still maintaining the integrity. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, the interior is spectacular, but this is what it's all about, isn't it? I mean, the river's right there. There is nothing between you and the river, which is a total luxury.
It's incredible. It's amazing to know we're right in the middle of Kangaroo Point. We've got all the amenity around us with the Brisbane CBD just 800 metres away.
It's beautiful. And these gardens as well, they're so well maintained and so lush.
So there's 3,000 square metres of heritage gardens throughout Yungaba, and there was a lot of intention given to planting the right species that were here once upon a time back in the day. So they are lovingly cared for and look amazing.
And tell me more about what Yungaba offers its buyers in terms of amenities.
Yeah, so part of the estate, Yungaba House was the final masterpiece of the master plan community here. So there's 3 other residences that are part of Yungaba, and they're all complete. And then just to the left of me here are the amenities. So there's a beautiful pool, there's a private dining area, and there's a gymnasium as well, and that's for all the residents to use.
Here, the old and the new are working together harmoniously, drawing on the past and the present to create dynamic, elegant and inviting spaces. Each residence has its own unique features. This one contains spaces such as a basement with endless possibilities, a landing area with a unique staircase, leading to a light-filled turret which originally held the water for the residences.
It's a project Fraser's Property are really proud to have been involved in restoring and bringing back to use, really for what we hope is for the next 130 years.
This is where you really get to stop and take it all in, isn't it?
She is magnificent.
Yeah. Well, I am genuinely in love with this building, and to be honest, 16 years ago when I saw it in a very different condition, I loved it then. It's just got the most magnificent, beautiful bones, and what you've done with it is exceptional.
Thank you very much, and I'm sure a lot of people that have worked on this project will be so thrilled to hear that, because it was an enormous group of people that restored this beautiful grand lady back to life, and they had to work with a skeleton. It's very easy to take a house back to slab, but they needed to work with all the walls and all the heritage that was there, so they are and they should be incredibly proud of the result.
We hope you found some inspiration looking through these incredible homes and gardens.
For more on the homes and behind the scenes, check out our Instagram and Facebook. See you next time for more open homes.